Hello, Leo. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For the support of Oracle cards, Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. All right. We had a card jump out. It jumped out face down. I feel like it's happening between the two of you. We're going to be doing relationship first, single second. And Oracle cards come out as needed. Not really sure. No, I don't think we're going to do another one. Just the one, because it seems like it's very important by itself, so we will let that be the focal point. Let's flip it, because this is like an underlying thing here. The world is what's here. It's being reiterated on your partner's side. There's a change. There's a big change coming to this relationship. So whatever it was before, it's about to change. Now, is it good? Is it bad? Is a good question. Let's keep going forward and just find out. Because my first thought is with your partner, they want the change. They want the change, and I feel like they're not convinced that whatever this new phase coming forward that they want, I feel like they want it, but they're not sure that you do. And I feel like they're kind of devastated. They're worried that they're going to be devastated. How's that? They're not devastated, even though that's the Ten of Swords. It's in the challenge position. They're afraid that they could end up being let down, and this might not go their way, and that could be very devastating for them. In the center here, what they're starting with is the Five of Cups. It doesn't look like it's going their way. To them, it doesn't look like it's going their way, and they're worried that this might be a bad moment for this situation. Now, you are taking your time with this. I feel like honestly you're not really, I don't feel like you're really ready to go forward to this next phase. I don't feel like that's something you want right off the bat. And I'm getting like happy-go-lucky. This guy, the Seven of Swords in this deck is kind of happy-go-lucky. But you got the Strength too. I feel like on the outside you're just kind of like, well, I need some time to think it over. And I feel like you're just kind of trying to walk away from the conversation for right now. You're like, I understand what you want. I understand what you're thinking. But I'm just needing a little bit more time to think about it before we make any decisions. And I'm getting that Strength card here. This is where you're gaining your strength. Because you're not talking about it with your partner, because if you have something to say, you're not afraid to say it. But the thing is, you're like, I wanna know what I think. I don't want to like just talk it out and end up saying something that I'm not really on board with, even though it may sound good in the moment and it may be good or the right thing for that moment. I want to step back, and I just want to like really give myself a couple weeks to just really kick it around with myself. Like I said, you're not afraid to say what you feel. You're just kind of like, I'm not. It's kind of like one of those things where you realize your partner really does want this, and if you don't, that could cause problems. And you don't want to walk into that problem unless you're sure you don't want this. So you're like, let me just step back and think about this. Your partner's in this mode where they're like, they feel like if you didn't agree to it right off the bat, you're going to say no. And they almost feel like you're just putting them off a little bit. I don't think that's true. Because you got the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords on your side. Queen of Swords is your spiritual spot. Ace of Swords is where you're literally standing. You really do want to think about this. You're realizing if you say no, it's going to greatly upset your partner. You're very aware of that. So before you say no, you want to mull it over a little bit. You want to kick it around with yourself. Again, you're not afraid to say what you feel. You just want to give it a fair shake. Because you're like, I know if I say no, this is going to be a problem. And I want to just think about it. Before I say no, I want to be sure that that's really where I stand. The biggest reason why you're not saying no right off the bat is because you know your partner is going to be upset. So you're just seeing if you can convince yourself to go along with this is what I'm getting. I'm getting your partner's having a hard time with this. The longer it goes, the worse they feel. They're worried about that Ten of Swords, but they got the Nine of Swords leading them in. They're kind of like, oh, I shouldn't have said anything. I think this is just not good. I don't think this is going to happen. They're feeling like they really might have just kind of sunk their own ship by bringing it forward. Like living in possibility was better than what they're doing now, because they're like, they're thinking you're going to say no, and they're really worried about it. They're really stressed about you saying no to this next phase. They're very stressed about it. I do see you like holding back and thinking it over, though. Again, it is because you know how much it means to your partner. Your initial thought, though, is kind of like you don't really want to. The reason you're holding back is because you know how much this affects your partner. It's some control on your side, definitely, to not just say that. But it's for a good reason. The world is in the center, and it's on your partner's side, too. So there will be a change. And I feel like that's another reason why you're pulling back. Because you're like, saying no could really cause a big problem with your relationship. And you're like, let me see if I can go along with this. So, this is oddly enough what helps the situation. You feel like you have to go forward. Because if you don't, the repercussions to you seem very severe. Your partner seems to be moving forward either way. And you're kind of like, I kind of feel like I have to go forward. And you're looking at the situation like, I can. Do I want to? But I can. And because of how much they mean to you, that's going to be the kicker to this whole situation. It's how much they mean to you. You're like, I can do it. And I do love them. And if I say no, it's bad. It's going to go really bad. And you're feeling like you have to. So you go forward. You got the hanged man with it too, though. Kind of like, I have no place to go. So I just kind of got to give it a green light. I have nowhere else to go with it. The hanged man is kind of like a stagnant place. Like, your opinion didn't change. But you're feeling like you have to. You feel like you have to go forward with it. So you do. Because you have nowhere else to go, is what I'm getting. That's the hanged man in this situation, which is usually stagnation, but it's kind of like, yeah, your opinion didn't change. You just feel like there's nowhere else to go. There's no other... It's like you're at the edge of the cliff here, and you're like, there's nowhere left but down. So, here we go. That's weird for the hanged man card, I'll give you that, but I just feel like you have another choice. Your opinion didn't change of the situation. Now, all this comes in with your partner. It feels like this all comes in at once. The world was coming either way. They're going forward, and you knew it, and they knew it too. So this is going forward. I'm getting like they're very happy. They're very happy about this, and I do see that it's not lost on them of the reason why you're going forward. They take a lot. There's a lot of weight, positive weight. Like this means a lot to your partner that you're going forward because they know why you are. They know why you are. So as this keeps going forward, they're going to be watching, and they're just going to try to make this as easy on you as possible. I feel like they're going to try to cater to your needs as much as they can because the base part of the situation is what they want, and you agreed to it, and that's what they wanted. I'm getting they're very happy about that, but they're also, it's not lost on them on the why you're going forward. And they are looking out for you as they go forward. They don't take this lightly. You agreed to this, and it means the world to them. So they want to make this as easy and conducive to you as possible. And I feel like this is going to come back to you. I want to say it's going to pay you back in spades. I don't know why that's the word or the phrase of the day for me, but I think I said it in Aries too. But they're definitely, this is going to pay you back in the long run. Definitely going to work out for you. It's like a really good payback down the line. It's very interesting, that hanged man card, because usually that's stagnation, nothing moving. But I feel like your opinion hasn't moved. But you're just feeling like you have to do this. You're agreeing to it. I noticed you're agreeing to it, but I don't see you like driving the cart forward. That's up to your partner. So you'll agree to it, but you're leaving it up to them to do the legwork. And I feel like that's maybe the last thing I'm catching with the hanged man. You're not going to drive this forward. You're agreeing to it, but you're not going to drive it forward. That's the hanged man too. So you'll say yes to them, but it's up to them to make it happen. That makes more sense with the hanged man for me. I feel like I solved that mystery. Hey! Alright, so that's Leo in relationships. Let's do single Leos and see what we got for y'all. Okay. Am I messing these up? It's not rare for me to do that, but there we go. Messages for single Leos. What do we have for single Leos? Messages for single Leos. What do we have for single Leos? Empowering information that shows them the truth about what they're dealing with. Okay. Did I not have the Nine of Cups in the other one? I don't know. The Nine of Cups is here, though. Five of Pentacles pushing out at the bottom. Feeling on the outside. Feeling like something, that there's lack of something. Let's do these two. So the situation, when I'm getting that Five of Pentacles, it seems to be a reinforcing, like, maybe there's not enough here. Maybe there's just not enough, or you're not getting back enough to really be satisfied. At least at the point we're here, or we're gonna, well, let's see. Woo! Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it might be more true than not. It may not be enough. Let's find out. This has to do with other relationships you've been in the past, and it's affecting your future. If you've gone through other relationships or other, I don't even want to say relationships, or other connections with people, where it just, I don't feel like it really, either it didn't take off or it didn't fly right, because there was something lacking. There wasn't enough, either there wasn't enough time, there wasn't enough this, there wasn't enough of a connection, there wasn't enough of something. It just didn't either take off completely or it didn't fly right. And you've had failed relationships or failed connections, because it may not even have made it into a relationship, due to lack of resource, either emotionally, time-wise, something else. And this is weighing on your mind. You're like, I don't need a halfway relationship. I don't need somebody that just, I don't need one of those friends with benefits, or just one of those things where it's just like it doesn't quite make it into a relationship, but it's a little bit more than a friendship thing. I don't need one of those, and I don't want that. I feel like you've put up with it in the past with the Queen of, this is the High Priestess. You've put up with it in the past thinking something more would come with it, but you've learned from your mistakes that, like, when it starts off rough, it just doesn't seem to work out for you. That's what I'm getting. Now, I'm feeling somebody come towards you. Ace of Wands, very strong energy coming towards you. Somebody telling you what they're thinking and what they like here. And I feel like they're being right out honest. This is communication, air, swords. They're telling you, this is what I can do, this is what I'd like it to go, but this is what I'm available for right now. So they're putting it all right out in front of you. Like, these are the challenges, but I think this is something we might be able to make work. Or at least let's find out if we can. Let's see how we match up, because there's possibilities going forward. It's not like instant relationship, it's not that. But it's kind of like they're putting it all right on the table, what their restrictions are. And I'm seeing you kind of looking at that right off the bat, like, oh, I don't know about, like, that energy is still there. Like, I don't know. Like, it's never worked out for me before is what I'm getting. That's the energy I'm feeling. Like, when it started off like this before, it's just, I wouldn't be single right now if it did, quite frankly. I feel like that energy, like, I wouldn't be single now if that was the case. Like, it's never worked out before when it's been rough. And it's been a rough road every time. So I feel like you're kind of like, I don't know about this. I just feel like you're looking at it right off the bat, like this is a fail situation. The thing is, you do have an attraction. The Page of Cups is telling me it's because of the restrictions that you're not really happy, but otherwise you are attracted to this person. So I'm getting the Strength card in the center with the Nine of Cups. If this does for some reason have a chance to go forward, it could be quite good. And I feel like that's what's kind of grabbing you. You're like, if it does actually turn out and like there's a possibility, like they're telling me all the restrictions that would have to be worked out, but if it did straighten up and fly right, this could be quite the relationship. Barring these hang-ups, barring these problems, barring these restrictions. So I feel like you're kind of like, well, I can give a little bit of my time to this. And I feel like you're kicking yourself as you do this because you're kind of like, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while, and I feel like you're looking at this like, I know I'm doing this to myself again, but I just don't want to walk away. And you know what? Maybe something is different. You know, maybe something's different. I feel like you're walking into this and you're just kind of like, it's going to be a long haul, but there's enough of an attraction there, and you're just kind of kicking yourself as you do it. You're just like, I guess I'm going to do this again. I guess. I feel you kicking yourself as you do this, but you're doing it. You're trying. This isn't instant relationship again, but you're like, yeah, let's see. Let's give it a roll. Let's shake the dice and throw them out there, see what happens. You don't, but the thing is, your history is not allowing you to get as far as maybe you have in the past. It only goes a little ways with trying to get to know this person, and the Hanged Man shows up with the happy family reversed. Nope. It's not. It's like as soon you don't get very far into it. Not far at all. A month tops of trying to get to know this person. This is not a relationship, but this is trying to get to know this person, trying to give it a shot, trying to see what could happen here. Maybe a month tops, and you're just like, this is not looking good. You're not seeing any sign of promise of anything really changing. It's painfully reminding you of your own past, and you're just like, I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time. This is not going to happen. And you got this card here. I think, is this the one that kind of fell out of the deck? I think it did. It's the solar plexus chakra. Your own true center, your God center, Goddess center, however you want to look at it, it's your universal center, is telling you, I'm not doing this again. I'm not going to waste the time for something that's not going to happen. Not going to do it. And you got the Queen of Swords here again, saying, being honest with yourself, like, it doesn't matter that I find them attractive. There's nothing here. This is not going to happen. I've done this. I'm not going to do it again. And I feel you very defiantly saying it to yourself. Like, I knew better. I knew better than to even give this a shot, but I convinced myself I needed to. It's going nowhere, though. 5 of Cups with the financial restraints. It's up to you how much longer you let this go, because you're going to come to that point pretty quickly, realizing this is going nowhere. I feel you kind of accepting it for it is what it is, and you're just kind of looking at this like, how long am I going to play this? Because I know it's going nowhere. It's just, when am I going to put it down? When am I going to put it to bed? When am I going to put it to rest? When am I going to let go of it? It's up to you when you let go of it. But I feel like you're like, the longer this goes, just like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why? Why am I doing this? Leo energy usually, to me, it's like once you realize something, you usually cut the tie and move on. But in this situation, I just feel like you're kind of letting it kind of linger. The question is why. And you'll know, when they're at this point, you know why you're letting it linger. Something about this, you're getting something out of it, and you're okay with that. But I also see you at the same time going, I really shouldn't be doing this. I feel you telling yourself, like, I really shouldn't be doing this. I really got to step out of this. It's up to you how long, because the longer it goes, the worse it feels. And you're just like, this is going nowhere. So they're saying when you get into this, you knew getting into it, it really didn't have much of a shot, but you gave it a fair shake. When it came out snake eyes, you're like, well, yeah, I kind of knew. You know where this is going. Nowhere. You know. But it's up to you how long you're going to put up with it. That's that. Okay. I'm going to wrap that up there. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.